What's up guys, it's Dwayne back again for another video, back here for the reaction. And today is a great, wonderful, amazing day because it's a Finland day. This is the most nude, comfortable country in the world. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction. Let's go.
Have you seen your family naked?
For sure.
Really?
Yes.
If things won't go well, then it's like money down the crapper.
I don't think many Finnish men is doing that.
Hey guys, I'm in sunny, but don't let that fool you, very cold Helsinki, Finland. And I'm here to find out about the culture, specifically the dating culture. So let's go find out how the Finns date.
Okay.
The Nordic region of the world fascinates me like no other. Years ago, I filmed a singles guide on dating in Iceland. Half a year ago, I self-published a book on dating in Sweden, Denmark, and Norway. And now, I had one country left on the bucket list, Finland. Why Finland, you may ask? And why would I willingly come here in October? Well, you just have to keep watching. But before we dive in, here's what you need to know about Finland. Contrary to what some sources might say, Finland is not part of Scandinavia. Finland is officially part of the Nordics.
If I didn't know that by now, what am I doing? Of course, I know.
Finland shares its borders with Sweden and Russia, and let's just say there's a lot of history between Finland and these two countries. I won't get into it in this video, but you can go ahead and Google it. I arrived to Helsinki from the sunny island of Rhodes and was met with a stark contrast. It was quiet, deadly quiet. Finns kept their distance and seemed terrified at the thought of being approached by a stranger like myself. So how are you supposed to make friends and date in this country?
So how do you make friends in Finland? That's the question that people ask the most, because that's, I feel, is the hardest thing to do when it comes to the Nordics.
So one of the things I really recommend is that when you meet someone you would like to be friends with, you need to be so proactive. You need to make the first move. You need to have lots of questions in place. Silence could be uncomfortable or only for you and not to the Finn. So that's something to keep in mind. I would suggest.
I can already foresee these interactions that I will have when I come to Finland, and then they're just being like quiet for like a long period of time. And then I'll be like, so what are we doing today? Silence. I can't wait to have an actual interaction with a Finnish person. I don't think I've ever met a Finnish person in real life, like in person. I'm sure I probably walked past one without knowing, but I don't think I've ever actually met a Finnish person. Isn't that crazy?
Just some kind of activity. So when you want to meet them for a second time, then suggest to go for a walk or a jog, something that is sports related maybe, because then if you ask for a coffee, then it's kind of more intimate. And you have to look each other in the eye and stuff like this, and it might be overwhelming.
You know, I hear like Finns are not natural conversationalists. So is that like a fear? You're going to go out with someone and it's just going to be, you're not going to know what to talk about?
There will definitely be those empty moments, just like in our conversation.
Yeah.
It's not, in Finland we kind of wait for the other person to stop. Then we think about what we want to say, and that makes that silence. So that's why it's not so fluent, or it's not like tennis, what we see in many other cultures. It's like swinging the conversation, it's super fast, sometimes it's overlapping even. It's never overlapping in Finland.
Coming from North America.
But the silence is okay. That's what I know now. I'm so thankful that I've watched these videos about Finland and I've learned about Finland before going to Finland. So when I go, and Sweden and Norway and Germany. So when I go, the culture I'm gonna understand. Not like it's better when you're in person, but I'm gonna understand certain things that maybe a Westerner might find strange. So I'm looking forward to going to Finland and being like, oh, I know why there's silence. It's not because it's awkward. It's not because that person doesn't like me, it's because that's just how Finnish people are. Just like in Germany, if someone seems a bit rude or a bit short, it's not because they're rude, it's just that they're German. So I get it.
We do that a lot. We'll be like, yeah. And here's, and then you just kind of continue, interrupt each other.
Yes.
But when we're talking, I'm like, it's different. It's definitely different. I've noticed that as well.
It is for sure. It's a much slower pace. And when I have international friends or American friends, they talk so fast. It's really hard for me to get my word in because I'm always waiting for that pause that never comes. And they have warm glögg, which is the hot drink.
Ah, it's the glühwein. Is
yes.
this? I want it.
Yes.
How much are we gonna drink today?
Two, please.
Two, please. I love this. It's like wine with cloves and honey. It's the same?
Yes, I think it's apple glögg, is it?
Ah, it's with apple.
Ah, yes.
Activity is like a big part of the culture, right?
Definitely.
This is such a Finnish reaction. I was like, shit, what do I say now?
So it's really hard for a Finn to answer a question if...
Also, she's speaking in another language as well. Do you know what I mean? English is not her first language, so she needs time as well. Not just to think about the answer, but to also probably translate in her head.
The answer was already provided in the question. In Finland, super short answers are always polite. They are as polite as the long answer.
Okay.
You've been here for how long at this?
I've been here now,
Oh, it's British.
on and off, for nearly 20 years.
Oh my God.
Incredible, I know. Coming from the UK, where we're like renowned for being masters of small talk, it was a shock
Are
to the
we?
system.
Nah, actually, we are pretty good at small talk. I can't lie. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're pretty good. We're not as good as the Americans. The Americans are the kings of small talk. If we're the masters, they're the kings. But yeah, we're pretty good at small talk. I don't really like small talk. I've never really liked small talk. It sounds like I do, but this is different. This is me. This is us. But actually, in person, I'm like, if it's not a thought-provoking conversation or an interesting conversation, then I don't really want to have it. Not like, how's the weather today? Or, oh, it's feeling quite cold today, don't you think? Or did you watch the new... No, I want a proper conversation.
System to realise that they're very comfortable with silence, and I'm now more comfortable with silence, but I've had occasions.
Also, he's from the south of England and they're more talkative than the northerners. Northerners are talkative, but we also don't mind silence.
So I've been like, sitting in family parties with like loads of aunts, and everyone's totally silent, and they're sitting there sipping coffee and eating cake, and I'm like, I start sweating. I was like, I need to get out. I need to make an excuse to go to the toilet. I can't bear it. I'm shaking. And I also think that's a very healthy thing. Being comfortable with silence rather than having to fill the void with just like noise.
Absolutely. Also, I like to read books. Oh my God, it must be amazing to read a book. Like, have a nice book, some tea, and sit down and just chill in the silence. Oh, it's probably really nice. Oh, coffee. I want a coffee. Just decided just now.
The weather is like it's like a big part of Finnish life, right? Do people get happier when it's summer and it's sunny out?
There's a saying, there's two kinds of Finns. There's summer Finns and winter Finns, and they're totally different people. People in the summer actually stop and talk to each other, and they can actually smile and just even say something to somebody who they don't know. But in the winter, try and find somebody who's going to speak to you in like November, December. It's very difficult.
That's like England. England, honestly, if you come to England during the winter, everyone's straight-faced, doing what they're doing, walking to where they're going, don't speak to me, don't look at me, don't stop me, don't whatever. Like, I'm just trying to survive the winter. summertime in the UK. Oh my God. People are half naked, shorts, guys walking around with the tops off, girls like wearing nothing, people are laughing, people are smiling, picnics in the park, music events, all stuff. You think, is this the same place? So yeah, we relate. It must be a European thing. Yeah, must be.
You know, everybody's going in their direction, and I just want to go home. I think about it. We have like 3 months of non-stop sunlight, so you go crazy. Nobody wants to, sleep in the summer because you have to, have fun. And then in the winter, it's like 3 months of darkness. So it does make us weird.
That as well. You guys
do you believe in that notion that Finland is the happiest country in the world that they talk about so much?
Well, we actually laugh about that because if you ask people in July, yeah, I'm sure they are, but November, no, not so much. But we're content because we have good education, we have healthcare, we have, it's a safe place to live, and you can really make a nice life for yourself here.
This is very romantic.
Yes, so there are couples, and they have their signature here. The dating culture in Finland, in one word, I would say it's relaxed and casual.
Let's say you're in your 20s or your 30s. What is the best way to meet someone?
Tinder is very popular in Finland. It's also for casual hookups. But most people tend to meet at work or in their study place, also through friends, that is really popular, and sometimes also in the summer festivals.
Because I hear a lot that Finnish hookup scene is really big, like people hook up a lot. Is that like a thing that you find, like, you go to...
Naughty, what happened there? Naughty. So you got a hookup culture rather than, I've heard about that rather than, and Sweden as well, like just all of the Nordic countries, you guys have you're not saying you don't get into relationships, of course you do, of course you get married, all that type of stuff, but there's not that pressure to do that. I've noticed from just learning about these different countries in that area, you guys are very comfortable with being comfortable and just going out and having one night stands or just having like normal casual relationships without anything serious, and I'm here for that. That's very 2024.
Sorry.
No, it's good.
Yeah, that is very popular also. I think there were some studies that like around more than 50% of people have done like sex on the first date.
Would you be open to it?
I think everything is doable.
How do you meet someone here usually? What's like the best way?
Probably in bars. Bars, because Finnish girls and women are quite shy.
Or Tinder, right? Or
Tinder, yeah, exactly. Tinder, that's also like, it's easy to people talk there.
Can you find like a relationship in a bar? Or is that more like...
Actually, I've found my relationship from a bar.
Really?
Yeah. We've been together for 7 years, so actually we made a love story then.
What is your perfect...
7 years and they've met in a bar. That's pretty cool. That doesn't normally happen, I don't think, because people are normally too drunk to kind of form a sentence in a bar.
First date?
I like walking outside. Movie isn't that good. Like, you'll be quiet there and just watch the movies. But when you're walking, it's not that like awkward. You can like see something and talk about that.
I really like those activity dates. I don't really like going for a coffee, which is very typical in Finland also.
Yeah.
Because when there's an activity, then you kind of don't get confused about the awkward silence situations. So that is varmaan, onko tää kylmäsavolahta vai kraavia? So it's like a dark archipelago bread, which is really sweet in texture, and then onko siinä voita vai and then butter, and then this cold smoked salmon.
What is your perfect first date, if you could describe it?
Well, somewhere outside. Yeah, somewhere outside, definitely. Probably something to eat. Yeah, something to focus on. Yeah.
Some herring.
Yeah, well, maybe yes, of course.
He said the same thing as both the women that they want to do something activity based. So it's funny, like it says that a lot of Finns obviously go to have coffee and tea, but actually a lot of Finns in a dating situation would like to do something active, going out, go somewhere where there's a distraction, where it's not too awkward, or you don't have to continue making conversation. Let me know in the comment section what your ideal date would be. The ideal first date would be. Let me know. Would like to know.
Of course, yes. And one thing, of course, like going to nature.
Imagine this: a guy invites you to a restaurant.
Yeah.
He picks you up in his car. He drives you to the restaurant.
Yeah.
He pays the bill. He orders nice champagne. How does that sound?
Great.
Really?
Great. I don't think many Finnish men is doing that.
If a guy says like, "This is on me. I really had a great time."
Maybe if I've had a feeling that he doesn't want anything more, then.
Just because he had a nice time with you, not because
Yeah.
he wants to sleep with you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That kind of
exactly,
feeling.
yeah.
So, would you ever pay for the men?
No.
No, you've never paid for a guy
No.
before.
No.
Yeah, I like your answer.
Yeah, thank you.
If a man keeps paying for you, like first date, second, third date,
Yeah.
fourth date, do you feel comfortable with that, or do you feel like, oh, maybe?
Yeah, I think maybe I need to pay sometimes, but if man wanna pay, it's okay for me.
It's just like, if he wants to pay for the bill, then that's okay by me. I agree. Why not? Alexi.
What do you think about kind of girly girls that are like, oh, you know, the guy should pay for me and pick me up and drop me home?
I think it's kind of non-Finnish, in my opinion. So, of course, I like if a lady is feminine, but to some extent, like if she expects that the guy does everything for her, and then that's kind of like a turn off. In Finland, we have this like sense of equality between men and women. So if it feels for me that I have to do like everything in terms of the relationship and the dating, then it's a signal for me that she's not really putting anything on the table. But of course we can do like teamwork. For example, let's say I buy the first drinks and then she can buy the next drink round.
What is your kind of preference when it comes to first date?
It should be like some low threshold thing that anyone can easily go to, for example, drinks at the bar or at the coffee place, or...
He said the same thing. It needs to be somewhere where anyone can go. It's a public thing. There's not pressure. There's things going on. There's distractions. There's not awkward silences. There's activities. I think that's what he's about to say.
Walk in the park. Then second is like low investment also. So because we are just about to getting to know someone, so we don't want to put too much money also. So for example, these expensive dinners, completely no, at least for me, because if things won't go well, then it's like money down the crapper. In my
Why would I invest in someone I don't know,
Yes.
right?
Genders are very, very close to each other in terms of roles. Like everybody will do house chores, and there is no expectancy for the guy to pay on the first date and whatnot. So this is something to keep in mind. On the other hand, some of the things that are general politeness we are missing in the Finnish culture. People are not expecting the men to open a door for you. We are not expecting men to carry our stuff or put...
It's called chivalry, right? Chivalry is dead in Finland. There's no expectation. There's no expectation, but when it happens, it's probably quite nice, right? If a guy's like wanting to do that. Or maybe it could turn you off if you're like, oh, why is he holding the door open for me and pushing my chair in when I sit down and holding my hand to go up the stairs. It's a bit weird, isn't it? But stuff like paying for dates and stuff, I think that's quite nice. No? Let me know in the comment section if you are a Finnish woman and if that for you is a bit weird, if a guy decides to pay for a date, or do you like that? Is that a good thing? And if you're a Finnish man, let me know if you pay for a lot of dates when you go for a date, or do you split the bill? And be honest. Let me know if you split the bill. Be honest.
Put heavy luggage to somewhere. So So that is something to keep in mind, that maybe Finnish men are not doing this on purpose, like not seeing you. And if you're struggling with prams or with your luggage, it's just that it's not culturally there. Everybody is self-sufficient and working with what they got.
Does that bother you as, you know, not just as a woman, but in general, like, would you want the man to be a gentleman?
That's a great question. Because I'm natively Finnish, I don't have a problem with it because I'm so accustomed to it. One thing that is so hard is being a mom with a baby in Finland, because then you would really need the help and then you just have to ask, because also it's a mindset thing, because sometimes I will ask like an older lady, do they want help? And then they're like, no, I can manage on my own. So it's part of the sisu, so part of the Finnish...
Sisu. Finnish resilience and strength to be happy on your own to make it. Yeah, we have that in Britain as well to a certain extent.
Part of resilience and strength to be happy on your own and to make it happen on your own. Everybody will be happy to help and happy to help you as much as you need, but you need to ask first. We are not going to meddle in your business.
What has been a giant culture shock upon coming here? Just list them off.
Yeah.
I want to know because he's British, so I want to hear what he says.
I mean, there's been many. I mean, like, okay, there's always the obvious ones which, you know, people talk about, like, you know, things like sauna and like communal nudity. It was my girlfriend's grandfather's 80th birthday. We all arrive. I finally get over my sort of nervousness. Everyone's very friendly and welcoming, and then they say, "Right, let's go for sauna." I'm like, "Whoa, yeah, cool, let's go to sauna," because you know it's like a part of their culture. And I get down there, everyone gets naked. I'm like, "Whoa!"
Oh my god!
It's like I'm literally being. I mean, I've got nothing to hide, obviously, but like nonetheless, when the entire 100 people getting naked simultaneously is a bit of a shock to the system. So that was my first experience.
Imagine meeting a family. I mean, you guys are Finnish. Does that happen a lot? Like, does that happen a lot? Like, yeah, let's just all get naked. Like, they've just met him. I can understand like the family doing it, but is that just normal? Is it just like you're that liberal? It's like, yeah, everyone can get naked. Even you, we just met you today, but yeah, strip off and we'll go into the sauna.
Experience of sauna.
To say Finland has a strong sauna culture is an understatement. 99% of Finns visit a sauna at least once a week. Each apartment building has a sauna.
So guys, this is the Finnish sauna. Ta-da! Ooh, it's hot in here.
There are private saunas, public saunas, a sauna in a Ferris wheel, a parliament house, a bus, and even Burger King.
I feel like
I've seen that Burger King one. That is crazy.
being nude is not an issue for Finnish people because we are used to being in the sauna. We are used to seeing all types of people in like naked.
Have you seen your family naked?
For sure.
Really?
Yes.
I have never seen my family naked.
Yes. Even as a like an old adult person, I can go with my dad and we will go together to sauna and to be naked. Side of your immediate family, then there might be that situation that you won't go fully naked. The sauna culture makes different types of bodies very normalizing, and I think that's a great thing. And I think it plays into the fact that Finns feel comfortable around their own naked body and with others' naked bodies.
It's interesting because talking to your neighbor in an elevator is uncomfortable, but seeing someone naked is not, right? Like, I know it's completely different things. You're not going to see your neighbor naked, but
I would if they are a girl and we are in the sauna together.
Only place where you would not start flirting with somebody they would think it really strange is the sauna, because even
that is one thing I was going to ask. What if you're in the sauna and someone that you find attractive is in the sauna? Because do you have mixed saunas with female and males? Like, or it doesn't really matter if you're a gay male and you're in a sauna with certain men and they're naked. Like, that's weird, isn't it? I'm guessing you don't decide to like, start flirting with someone when you're in a sauna, because that's quite strange. I feel like the sauna is like a neutral ground where everyone just knows that, like, okay, we're naked in here. We're using this sauna for therapy, for leisure, for relaxation, and it's not for anything else other than that. Do you guys speak? Do you talk in the sauna? Is it very silent in there? Let me know as well.
Even if people are naked in the sauna, it's not a flirty thing. It has nothing to do with like, it's not sexual at all. No, it's like a spiritual thing. It's a cleansing thing, and it's just a way of life.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely getting naked and going to a sauna because obviously it's very normal in Finland and I have to do it. I can't film in there though. You can't come with me. Love it. Can't wait to go to Finland. Nudity in Finland is normal, clearly, because of your sauna culture, and it's something I would like to experience. And you know what? Because I know it's so normal in Finland to be naked and go to a sauna, I'm probably more likely to do that because I know that it's not a sexual thing. It's not people are not objectifying each other's bodies. It's just going in there and enjoying the therapeuticness. Is that a word? Therapeuticness? Just the therapeutic nature of being in a sauna, and I can't wait to go myself and see what it's like. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Until the next one, I will see you very soon.